Uh-oh. Let's see if I can get this back on here again. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. I just wanted to come on real quick because I have a breaking news here with this. Here's another protest going on, and apparently, it was getting a little wild. I just had to go and see my new client today, and so when I got home, I wasn't feeling so great. I had to do so much paperwork, and so but I just wanted to get on here and get on the beat with these protesters, and so I'm going to show you something that is going on right now. Novacity is covering this, so I'm just going on through a different YouTube. Let's check this out. This guy, I mean, listen, I don't know. He got thrown out from, I guess somebody hit him in the head with a flag. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, everybody. So now we're watching something else here. I'm sorry, I'm in my night clothes. Please forgive me. This guy, he's getting kicked out. This is, I guess, a live Novacity.
But I didn't see yours.
So let's find out.
Send me a DM right now so I can save and mark your DM.
Hold on a second, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get you on the scene of these protests as much as I can. This guy just got booted out of one. I don't know. He was fighting with, I guess,
I have to bookmark you.
people that...
Bunch of fucking pussies, bro.
Okay, so here we go, everybody. This is just off of a different YouTube.
If you guys need a ride in a
Let's cut through here, right here.
a car that's not yours.
So here we go. Here's another protest that is just taking... Oh my God. When will this stuff end, everyone? You can't make this stuff up. So this is from Novacity. Who is he watching this from?
Jimmy's feeling better. Shout out Jimmy.
So this guy got escorted off because I guess he was harassing Trump's people. I don't know.
Bullshit,
So
bro.
he's mad. He got the police told him he had to go.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen.
So I mean, we're just going off of Novacity.
One of our
One
videos
moment.
on TikTok is going viral. It's about to hit 1 million views.
One moment, everybody. So this is Novacity we're looking at through him. He gets all these different channels. So we're just going off of here. So, we'll find out what's going on here in a minute after he gets done talking. I mean, here's the thing, everyone. What people don't realize is that when you're protesting out there, you cannot hurt other people. You cannot go after people just because they like ice. You cannot do this, everyone. I don't know what part of this half these people don't understand. And this is the thing that's going on. And just like I said, I covered that. Okay, let's get back into this real quick. Hold on, everybody. I'm sorry. Let me get you the scoop from Novacity. So he's...
I'm about to, yes. What's up? I'm so proud of you. Very proud of you.
Of all that shit.
Come to the White House.
This is more protesting. I guess it's taking place today. This is live from the Novacity channel that he found this protest going on. Yes, definitely. Kindness is the key, Scott. I wish we could all get along, but this guy was in people's faces, but
Our journey.
I'm packing mace.
so he's after, I guess he don't like the Trump people, but let's see. I don't.
Giving him a
I
mace.
finally can do half a honey bun moments. I don't agree with you.
Hold on a second, everyone.
Let's
Keep me
go.
grounded. That is the most
There we go.
mature.
Because this is off of.
I love this super chat. I love that. It's very mature.
Okay, very
Yeah, on
good.
that side.
Because this
Up
is
here.
just.
Oh, yeah.
That's very mature.
Let's go.
I
This is off
appreciate
of
that
someone
very
else's
much.
channel
Let's
that
go
we're
this
watching.
way.
I appreciate that. We all have our differences, Democrats, Republicans, but
Can I have CashApp?
no matter what, I still love you guys.
Looking for somebody.
If you guys want to donate.
I really do love you guys, no matter who you are.
This is
There
we're
are
just
differences,
use.
but it's all love at the very end. All love.
So So this is just Novacity's people, so that's why I covered it up, because this is just not, this isn't irrelevant.
Yeah. Thank you, General Genova. I appreciate you. Cry about it. 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 What? What? Oh, whoa.
So, okay, everybody, we're watching the protesters off of
we're done.
Novacity channel.
Whoa.
So
Okay,
something's
that was
going on.
close.
Let me try to find out what channel this is.
That's a big no. We're not going to show that on the stream.
We got to find out what channel
Oh my God, that was close, bro.
is covering this, so we can get on the beat and on the scene. Other than
Yeah, that's a big no for me. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I'm.
hold on a second, everyone.
I'm done with that for now.
Hold on a second.
We're done with that for now. We're done. We're done.
Okay, he stopped it.
We're gonna hop somewhere else.
Let's find out where he hops at. Let's see if Mercado is doing this. Hold on one second. Let's find out. Let's get on the beat. Let's try to find out if he is doing this live. Hold on one second. I don't know where Novacity was doing that live, but I was streaming one day ago. Let's see. Hold on a second. He had to stop it because I guess it was just getting too bad. But I mean, I'll be honest with you, everyone. These protesters are getting, bloody ass crazy. I mean, I'm not joking you. They are actually, okay, here's a live, we've got, this is from the Coop. So this is a good one we can check out. I'm getting you down
begging
in
you,
front
stop
live
using ChatGPT
on what is
and
going on with the protesting as best as I can, everyone, because I know a lot of people don't get to see this and don't get to see, what is going on. So I'm taking you, my channel is taking you right down to the ground of like the protesters and what's happening. So just give me a minute if you want to find out what's going on with all these protesters. Okay, here's the Coop. Let's see, they are still live, so let's.
They're all hat, no cattle. Honestly.
Okay, so let's find out what's
trying. They're afraid. They're afraid, and they're trying to go after people who don't have millions of dollars. They're afraid. If they were as strong and as.
Hold on a second, everybody. I'm trying to.
Messages that you just laid out for us. Why is it important that you be out here tonight delivering this message?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't think it's just me. I mean, it's just I have proximity. I live close. And I have the clothes to do it. Everybody at home who's wanting to do this, we're here out with you. It's not about me. It's about the movement here. What these guys are doing is totally against the Constitution. We have eyeballs. We have a brain.
Do you want to actually talk about? We can talk about that. And the state
we have a community that can
of
bring
what this
us
economy
food if
is
we
in,
can't
everyone.
Get to
it is in a
jobs,
bad state right now.
So let's just
really
hear
important.
This,
I think
it's a really
want
good
to see what's going on.
flashpoint in history, and I'm hoping that we're on the right side of it.
You referenced that part of the movement that's building out here.
I'm going to slow this down a minute. I wanted to talk about something. I showed you a video yesterday, right, of how Don Lemon went into the church and also, hold on a second, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get on the beat real quick. And Don Lemon went into the church, and confronted the pastor. And okay, think about this, everyone. That was unacceptable, everybody. That was honestly unacceptable. And I would not have done that as an independent reporter or anything. Even if I would have got a tip on something, I would not have done that. But, everybody does their own journalism from however they want to. Please talk about. Yes. Thank you, Marcel. Thank you, everybody. And I just came on because, there was a protest. There was protests going on, but this one that Novacity was showing, it was really getting pretty intense, where people were hitting each other in the heads with the flags and stuff. And so he actually had to take it off. But this is really not funny, everybody. I mean, when is this actually going to literally stop all this craziness that's going on? I mean, because it just seems like it just keeps going and going. And there is no absolute resolve to any of this. And so that's what I wanted to talk about, like why it keeps, keeps going and going and going like this. And so right here, this is live, right here, this one here. But, I thought I had Novosity on, which was, that protest was interesting, but I don't know what outlet was on the beat and on the ground filming it. So I can't show you that. Oh, yeah, exactly. It is. You're right. You're right. It is. Social media. It's not. I mean, I think social media. If you take social media in a bad way, it's going to feel like it's going to ruin your life, and it does. It can. I mean, it's scary, but you got to be careful. And so, I ask the angels, and God loves to be yours. Valentine's, amen. Thank you, honey. But I mean, you can't blame social media. You can blame the people, if they're how they're taking social media or what's going on. No, I'm stretching my legs, right? Yeah. Yeah, you are scary. No, I'm not. I mean, so I'm not out of the van, everybody. It's just that I have a new client. I have 2 new clients, and I had to meet them today. And I was going to do a van video, but I had to meet them today. So tomorrow I will be back in the van. And so I work now until 2. So after 2 o'clock, then we'll be doing back to van life and making goofy content in the van. I do have to get my eyes checked at some point in time. They are kind of getting worse. I just don't know what is happening. But, so, I mean, yes, I'm going back into the van, but I am also concerned about my eyes. I don't know if I'm watching too much videos or the screen. I just don't know, but my eyes are really, really getting bad. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. But, the hitting hard facts, everyone, if you're a person who wants to know what's going on, I'm trying to inform you of so many things and what's going on the ground of what, a lot of the protesters was, So, and I think I did lead you out of here. How did you come back? But I'm trying to get you and down on the ground. Hi, Michael. And let me find, I don't know if Rick wanted to be my co-host. I don't see him up in the thing.
This is more federal agents come pouring out of the federal building here.
Yeah, so I'm back to work, everyone, until 2 o'clock. I only work until 3, but with this client, it's until 2 o'clock. So, it's, so on the days when I get off of work, then I will, be taping in the van. I think he's like me taping in the van better than inside. I swear to goodness, my numbers are better in the van than they are sitting inside. And so, well, what I was going to show you and what I was trying to show you is, thank you, honey. Thank you, Rich. Is that, I don't know, the protesters and stuff, and another day of the protesting and just taking people down to the ground of what, is going on. So that's what I was doing, taking you right there. And so, right here, this one here, Status Coop, they are interviewing a lady right now. There was a protest that's going on that it was getting quite crazy. And so, the guy had to get off of it, so we just had to move on from there. So that's what we were doing. So this guy here is interviewing people. So let's get back to this a minute, and then we'll talk about is it okay, everyone? And I don't think this is. And I watched a video. If any of you watched yesterday's video, I showed you where Don Lemon went into this church where they thought was someone that was affiliated with ICE, was a pastor. And I feel like they had no business going in there protesting. You don't go into churches like this, everyone, and get crazy like this. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable at all. When you start just bamboozling, just going head on into a church, and while the service is going, no matter who is the pastor, no matter if you like him or not, that is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. Are they? It's not acceptable. And even Don Lemon, everyone, I mean, it's not acceptable. There was another person there first. It was another independent media person there, but they knew that they would probably get in trouble, so you can't find it. They deleted it really quickly. But then Don was there. But I think that it's unacceptable, everyone. You don't go in to churches. You can't be looking for people that you think are in ICE, even if they are in ICE. It's not acceptable. It's scaring people. It's not funny. I mean, it's just really scary, everyone, what's happening. And we're not even talking, Mr. Toot, about child molestation on here. So we're not even saying anything about that. But so I think, Don Lemon, I think he is probably going to be in for a rude awakening, because he had to know, everyone, about how did he know that out of nowhere this church, these people were going to be in there to protest. He had to have gotten a beat on it. And so I think it wasn't right. And I think it's wrong to do that. People were scared in the church. They said that, I showed you the video, everyone, where they said someone was even crying. You can't do this. This is we're going crazy now with this kind of beyond craziness with this protesting. You can't keep doing this. I don't know what that group was. I think I told everybody on there, but you can't keep going on like that, because eventually then Trump will put the hammer down on these protesters, and then they'll blame him, and which they should not have done that. And I can see where it's just literally getting closer and closer to this happening, because people are doing too damn much. And I'm sure that they're probably checking into what this group is, and I am almost certain. I'm almost certain that this is, it's going to happen, and they'll probably get in trouble. You can't do that. And so they went in there hollering and screaming, and oh man, it's just like, this is just making, protesters that are innocent, that stand there and don't cuss and rave and fight each other. It makes them look bad, because then everybody thinks, well, all protesters are going to do this. And so it's not right. And I think that, if anybody, they probably could be getting charges pressed on them. And even Don Lemon, everyone. He was in there, just go willy-nilly. He knew what he was doing from the time he got out of his vehicle. It's not funny how much more of this kind of crazy protesting can our country take. And when you start banging, going in churches when services happening, that's a whole nother story. That is going to make the Trump administration put the hammer down and the gavel down. And it's going to happen, everybody. I'm just saying, because the more this gets worse and reared up and people are doing goofy stuff, and the first person that went in there and filmed, they deleted it right away, because they probably knew that they were going to get in trouble. And so no, Don, he left it roll. And I really think it's gonna not be good, everybody. I'm telling you, all them protesters that went in there going crazy in that church, this is not gonna be good. We're going, Brittany, this country, we're in a tailspin right now, everyone, with a protesting, just everything. It is just, there's so much nonstop stuff going on. And, you just don't know which way to turn. But, meet me in the middle. I'm just here, I'm an independent voter. So I'm not, I don't dislike anyone, and that's just, how I'll leave it. I'm neutral. And so, just like I said, Rotten says, jail Don Lemonhurst, he say prison bitch. Ooh, But, what I think Don did wrong was, he going in there. It's just, even those people, I don't even, well, what group is that? That's a group of people that do go around doing that, everyone. So, I mean, I don't know what church they're going to be doing next, but, you can't look for ICE agents. You can't be going around, looking for ICE agents and wondering what the hell, where they're at, what they're doing. I mean, you can't just do this, everybody. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what religion you are. No, I'm not the problem, doctor. Thank you very much. You can't do that, everyone. And that's the point that I'm making, that I don't know what's going to happen to them, those people, but they can't do this anymore. And so that I'm just taking you on this situation here, but I think they should really, I mean, I'm sure they'll end up getting prosecuted for this. I'm sure they will. You can't just go into a church and wreak havoc like that. People were scared. What do you can't do it, no matter what church it is. It doesn't matter what anything. But so I have no idea. I'll let you all know how that unfolds. If there's any videos, I just don't know. But I think Don's probably thinking, it's his right to go in there. But no, it's not your right to just go into churches and do anything you want to. I know.
When she says the line crossed,
Yeah.
what she's saying there is that
Yeah, it's like craziness. Yeah. Everybody is scared. Everyone's scared, and there's so much, everyone is scared, and everybody feels like they're on edge or what have you. And it is really scary right now. It really is. But you just have to stay strong and just don't get in the middle of any kind of protesting, everyone, because we're seeing what's happening and it's not good, and you just can't do it. Good way. How do I look old and young at the same? Oh my God. Okay. There you go. That's how I do. But I just came on the hit to be. So let's just watch this guy. See what's going on here, everybody. This is something they're just, this is just mild protesting here. And this is the
Why
coup.
don't you take a look at Minneapolis, Minnesota?
Let's find out what's going on here.
People who are out here demonstrating against their federal government, who just want their communities to be left alone, to not be put at the center of so much pain out here.
Don't forget.
There have been so many on the right who have said,
Thank you for hitting the like and the
obey
subscribe, everybody.
Authority. Unquestioningly, just obey authority. Question I would put to you is, would you have said that to the Sons of Liberty when they were dumping the tea in the harbor in Boston in 1775? Would you have said that to them? Yeah. Because at a certain point, that's what we're talking about here. The same way that Boston was occupied by British forces who were the authorities over the 13 colonies, you've got a federal government occupying this city as well. Interposing itself in these communities, inflicting pain on these communities. And if you want to uphold American ideals, is this what you imagined America would be like? Clouds of tear gas in American cities that are affecting babies, that are affecting innocent passers-by. Federal agents shooting and killing an American. Something to think about. Thinking will have to be something that I do later, because it's so cold that I don't think the neurons are even firing in Will and I's brain. Poor Will here behind the camera, I'm watching him. He's doing a dance from side to side as we talk, just to keep his blood flowing. He has,
And that's another thing, everyone. Let me just.
I could start doing.
This is crazy, everybody. I mean, on one hand, I'm kind of wondering: are these people paid? Who stands out in this bitter, freaking? I mean, bitter cold temperatures, everyone. I mean. Some of these people, I'm just kind of curious, are they even being paid? How stands out in below 4-degree temperatures, freezing your ass off and acting crazy like that? Now, I know the protesters are going, but ICE is doing this to me, and that to me. But when you hear what these protesters and the language that they're using, yeah, with kids and with the language that they're using and the craziness, I mean, you know, they're just as bad too with the stuff that they're doing, and they're taking water and dumping it down, and you know, I mean, just goofy stuff. And so, you know, it's really crazy. Let's hear what some of these people have to say. I mean, you know, it's just with their kids and.
What's your name?
Mike.
Mike. Common spelling, I assume, Mike?
What's that?
Common spelling, I assume?
Yes.
Mike? All right, Mike. Can you start just by walking us through the message you came to deliver here? And by that, I mean, read off your signs. Why are these the signs you wanted to carry today?
Sure. So I can start with them. So we have, please be kind to my community. And we have, I am against escalation, not you.
Yeah, with the little kids, Greg,
this is
it's
kind of
terrible.
my like evolution of signage, right? This is our first experience with government occupation, and so I'm getting better at it. And this is what I've come up with for today. You know, I think we've got lots of folks who are rightly telling them a little bit spicier messaging that they also need to hear. But I don't know. I guess I thought. What might come out? What might maybe?
Oh, Greg, you're in Minnesota. Oh my God. Oh my Lord, honey. Oh my God.
There's an adage.
God bless you, honey.
If you
That's
have
not funny.
Police officers in your community, policing that community, you'll get the best outcomes. We have the exact opposite of that, obviously, right now, with these folks coming from.
No, it's not incitement. It's informative. Honey, it's informative. So thank you. Goodbye.
You can hear what they say from their detainees and the stories.
There's people that don't see this, and I'm just showing them what people are actually doing that are protesting around and in Minnesota. So no, this isn't incitement media. This is Snap Talk Live media. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, so I think that they're looking for opportunities to dehumanize, and I think that kind of like talk enables.
And Gabriel, that's the right to protest. Yes, absolutely.
I think it's actually happening for some of the folks on the other side of that fence, because they will say things like, "You wouldn't be much fun anyway. You're white," and they will say stuff like. That lesbian bitch, right?
No, is that acceptable, everybody? So, you know, is that acceptable wording when you're picking somebody up, that lesbian bitch? Come on, people.
So,
come on, we got to be better than this.
The signage is the very, very, very first steps of like, maybe we're not all crazy, right?
I mean, there's got to be better wording that they can use. I mean, you don't need to use that. Lesbian bitch, and I mean, come on, that's come on now. Let's just all agree to disagree, but that's not acceptable.
Law enforcement, you don't get to talk directly to the ICE agents anymore, and I think that's a loss. I did get to talk directly to some ICE agents in the few days before we all came up with all this, you know, infrastructure and it was unfortunate. Like, it is unfortunate now.
Everybody, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe. Thank you so much.
And
thank you kindly.
Not going to do a lot, right?
Let's smash up the. Just double tap the screen, everyone. That is like.
To talk to them, like I got to play them the videos.
Thank you,
like,
thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Standoff. It was like they wanted to know why I was here, you know, and.
Meaning you were able to have almost a direct dialogue with the agents.
Totally. They were, and it was because they were putting all these fences up, right? So they needed to push us all back, and we needed, and and they weren't very good at putting the fences up.
Oh, so he was there when they were putting the fences up, everyone.
And we got to start talking, and that was what I was trying to create. And I don't know if we'll get to do it again, but
What can you just share a little bit of that dialogue?
No, everybody listen to what he's saying. Maybe this is a good point. I mean, maybe if ICE has, some dialogue maybe with the community, like this guy's saying. Like
the ICE agents might be worth talking to. So I got to talk to 3 of the ICE agents.
Okay.
And one of them said, just like small talk, like where are you from? Were you born here? No, I'm not born here, but I've lived here for 15 years, and that's long enough for me to get to know that my community is worth protecting. And I think that got their attention, because I think, certainly not all of them, but some of them feel that they are like patriotic and like serving their country and whatnot, and they're like, oh, like this guy, first of all, he's willing to talk, and also he maybe has some similar ideas about like showing up for, what's important or what's right or whatnot. We just disagree on what's right.
Okay.
And then I played and I said, it took me a long time to come out here. I think what really happened matters. And before I started making signs and whatnot, I watched a video, then I watched another video, then I watched a third video, and then I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure what happened here and what your leadership said about it is super wrong. And this was the day that that Jonathan Ross's cell phone video came, or whatever that video, the one from the perspective of the shooter.
Yeah, it was Jonathan Ross's cell phone video as he shot and killed Renee Gunn.
I'm just they're there all the time in the cold.
Fascinating.
We gotta kind of wonder, Sam, right?
My attention. They said, "Oh, have you seen the new one, though?" And I hadn't. I was out here.
They said they do, though.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll tell you what. I just told you I think what really happened matters. I'm open to seeing other viewpoints on this thing. How do I find it? And they told me, how to search for it. And
Hi, Jamie.
And so I looked it up.
Chu and Michael on Facebook. How are you doing?
A little hard to follow. So
we're covering more protesting.
But they really genuinely believed that this was vindicated.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how. And I wish I'd had more time to ask them that. But I did get to... it was the first time that I'd seen it too.
Thank you everyone for your likes. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And your subscribes. Thank you kindly.
Right?
All are welcome onto this channel.
I show these 3 guys. Like, I guess we're going to have to disagree. You can see she's turning the wheel to the right and she's smiling.
Oh,
Tell me
Lord.
that's the face of a killer.
Oh, Lord.
And they looked at my phone, right? And they looked at her at that frame. And one of them, before they all got called back in, right? Because the gate gets done being made. And one of them says, "You know what? I'm glad to have met you."
Oh, okay. That's
so
good.
I don't know. Like, I'm sure those dudes still work with ICE, but
yeah, you're not expecting them to throw down their rifles right there in that moment.
Right. But maybe when they're out on our streets, they won't be as big of assholes because they got a chance to, learn a little bit of like what they're actually who we are in Minnesota.
In my time out here in the Twin Cities, I just sorry, I'm being distracted over here because we've got Attorney General Keith Ellison is actually out here at the protest right now. He's the Attorney General for the state of Minnesota, so we may have to come back to you. I want to grab him while he's still around, if that's all right, and try to get the interview here.
I think we're good.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Now, okay, everybody. He said that he had a little conversation with ICE, and they were nice to him and stuff. Do you think ICE needs to have a little bit more better dialogue with the community and just say, hey, we're here, not to hurt anyone, but we need to do our job? I mean, this guy had a reasonable conversation with 2, and they appreciated his dialogue with them. Do you think it's a dialogue issue that it's a point where the conversation it's like a communication barrier with the community and ICE? Do you think that's what it is? Seriously, everyone, let's find out what's going on here. I think that's what it is. I think they want more of a communication with ICE other than just just straight
their voices for their neighbors.
Okay, everybody, let's hear this.
Spend a few minutes talking to them, and just let them know that I'm going to do everything I can.
I think they need to go talk to these protesters instead of so they can have some kind of dialogue, a better dialogue. I think they all need to just
Mr. Attorney General,
see what's happening.
As long as it's not too long.
Yeah, well, we can
As
keep it
long
brief
as
for
it's
you.
not too long. Oh my
Well, I wanted
God.
to start by getting your reaction to today. The Trump administration said that it was going to start investigating some of the protesters out here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Have you seen any conduct from protesters out here that would warrant federal investigation?
No, I have not seen any conduct that would warrant federal investigation, but I didn't see any when Mark Kelly said that you cannot, you can disobey an illegal order. Or when Elise Slotkin said the same thing. I didn't see any illegal conduct when Tish James or James Comey did their job. Or I didn't see any when Tim Walz or Jacob Fry. I didn't see Jerome Powell, who's the head of the Fed, because he won't lower interest rates to help Trump and drive our economy into a bad shape. Clearly, we live in the age where this administration weaponizes the criminal justice system to punish people they don't like. At the same time, however, they let 1,600 people go who tried to overturn a Democratic election. Oh, and worse than that, there is a woman who he just gave a pardon to who committed fraud in the first Trump administration, got a pardon, committed fraud again, and then got another pardon. There's a guy, Juan Orlando Hernandez, moved 400 tons of cocaine into the United States. He acts like he's against drug dealers, so he's killing people in the Caribbean without any legal right. But, so this guy is completely inconsistent. The one thing you can count on is that if you do what he wants, you can do anything you want. And if you stand up to him, he's going to use the criminal justice system against you. This is authoritarianism. This is tyranny. This is not something, and it's not happening elsewhere. It's happening here. And we have to stand up to it. And these people are freezing their asses off to stand up for our country. And I just want to be here to just say thank you to them. So that's all I got for you.
Was there any symbolism for you coming out here on Martin Luther King Jr. Day? Why'd you pick today to come out here and stand with these protesters?
If there's any day to be here, it is Martin Luther King's holiday. He helped us have a democratic society. He helped bring our society into one where, you know, you could live up to your talent and ability and not be restricted by your identity. And because of that, because of the advances he made in democratic society in America, these people being so courageous and they're standing up for democracy, it just seemed like the right time to be with them.
We've seen the state in your office already take several steps as a way to try and push back on the Trump administration. Is there anything else in the works or any other steps that you feel are needed to be taken in this moment to stand up against the occupation that's happening here in the Twin Cities area?
Well, one thing I will say is that I don't make any conclusion about the guilt or innocence of Jonathan Ross, but it is inexplicable for the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division to say that they will not investigate her death, for 6 assistant U.S. attorneys to quit because they're telling them to investigate the Cook family and they're not investigating Renee Cook's death, and then they won't turn the file over or at least give the state access to the file. It is completely inexplicable, and it looks just like a cover-up to me. And so if you're not going to do an investigation, give us the file, we'll do it. But they're saying no. So to me, I mean, that's just completely
So do you think everyone, the reason why they didn't turn it over is because they'll think, you know, the investigation won't go on, won't be partial?
So we're going to be in court on January 23rd to stop this Operation Metro Surge. And we're going to do the best we can to bring justice forth.
Sorry, everyone.
And we're going to be trying to follow the example of these completely courageous people who are freezing for the sake of our state and lifting up their voices, and God bless them. And on Martin Luther King Day, they are exhibiting the true spirit of what Martin Luther King is about. And I just want to say thank you to them.
Last question, since I can see you're cold, as we all are out
Many
here.
billions of dollars,
You just referenced that the Trump administration has politicized the justice system. As the chief law enforcement officer here in the state of Minnesota, the justice system is sort of your purview. What is your hope that the federal courts or that the courts here in Minnesota can give you any sort of justice when that system is being politicized by the Trump administration?
Well, we're going to put our case in front of the court on January 23rd. We're going to show how Operation Metro Surge is illegal, unconstitutional, damaging to our state. It is wrong, and we're going to believe that the court's going to bring forth a fair and just order, and then we're going to expect the Trump administration to follow the law. If they don't, then there are all kind of sanctions that can happen with regard to contempt. But we're gonna do the best we can do, because these courageous people out here are doing the best they can do. We can do no less. How can we do less? If somebody is freezing their toes off, how are we gonna mail it in? No, we got to put everything we got into it, and that's what we're gonna do.
Anything else you would want to add while you had the platform?
No, man, you got it.
Thank you very much, Attorney General. I appreciate it. That's what it costs. That was Keith Ellison. We didn't have the time to really set it up before we had to get in there and ask him a few questions.
Everyone, so what is? Let me turn this down a minute.
He's the Attorney General here for the state of Minnesota.
He's the Attorney General. So okay, so what they're saying is that I guess the Trump administration is not handing over any information or to open they want to have a case opened against this ICE officer. So why don't they want an investigation? Why don't they let them investigate it? Or does the department, Trump's department, don't think that they'll have a fair trial for this ICE agent? Is that why? I mean, they're just wondering, everyone. That's just
on the 23rd, which is the same day that a general
because I think inevitably, I think, if a Democrat would get in, they would probably open that up, everyone. I'm just saying, God's serious. So I think they really should just give them this information because, just like I said, if it would become a Democrat party, they will, open the case up, and then he would probably be in big, who knows what would happen then. Okay.
That street eye view of how those people who don't go to work, who don't go to school, who do go out into the streets to try and resist the Trump administration's operations, we will report on how effective they are and give that on-the-ground look, because that's what we do here at Status Quo. We give you that on-the-ground reporting.
Yeah, thank you, honey. Thank you, sweetheart.
When they are available, when they do come out to protests like these, we are constantly asking. I've been trying to get...
Hi, honey. Hi, Lego Man.
Peek behind the curtain here. I've been trying
to get everybody. I love you. Thank you for watching.
For the better part of the last 2 months. And there we're
all are welcome, everyone. Let's just have an open mind with our open opinions, everyone. Let's find out what's going on here at these protests.
-17.
I mean,
had the joy to call and let us know exactly how cold it was. Thank you, Jordan, for that. The cold that we were out here reporting and lifting up the voices of people who, in comparison to that federal government in that building right over there, that they are standing out here to protest, are the power showcase that power imbalance that exists between the billions of dollars that federal government is funneling into the police force, that private police force, that Gestapo that a lot of people refer to ICE as. And I don't think it's an exaggeration to call them that, to draw that direct comparison to secret police forces from other authoritarian regimes is operating out here in the street, and they are out here with whistles and signs to make their voice clear, with just helmets or respirators at their sides as a way to protect themselves. We lift up those voices here at Status Quo. We put important questions to elected officials. We do it all in -17-degree cold because it is important. We do it away from our families. Will, behind the camera right now, has a fiance back at home who is waiting for him to go home. He has been here for weeks. I just got back finally from being able to see my wife and newborn daughter for just a few days. Excuse me as I get a little emotional, but it's because it is so important, because we believe that what we are doing here is giving a real, unvarnished look at what is happening on the ground here in the Twin Cities area, to be able to give you that informed perspective, to be able to push your leaders for the kind of change that you want, if you want to join us in this people-powered, people-centered news independent journalism, please go to statuscoup.com/join. For as low as $5 a month, you go to support us, to keep us here on the ground, asking important questions of leaders like that, lifting up voices like these, and doing on-the-ground journalism that doesn't parachute in when it's just the hot story here in the Twin Cities. We were here for weeks before Renee Good was killed. We've been here on the ground for the couple of weeks that have passed since, and we will continue to be here on the ground.
Thank you, everyone, for watching.
To showcase
Definitely.
how the rising authoritarianism in this country is actually impacting Americans, your friends, neighbors.
Am I safer in the woods? No, we can't come back to the woods. Remember, Randy? I got stuck in the woods, and it was $100 and some odd change to get me out. We're not allowed back in there until springtime when it gets I talked to Billy, the owner, and he said we can come back and tape and stay in the woods once springtime comes and the ground gets hard. So we'll be back taping there.
Is there a caravan up here or what?
Let's find out what's going on.
Oh my God! I was just talking on camera, just looking.
Let's find out what's happening
between here and Broadview. Would some of you mind if I did like a little, maybe like a group interview with some of you, or maybe even just one or two of you, just to do a little interview about why you guys wanted to come all the way up here?
I mean, I don't understand how these people. It's what, -12? They said. What the hell? How is this happening, everyone? I mean, really, are some of these really, could they be paid? Because -12, who's standing in this?
Yeah.
Thank you, sweetheart,
So I
Randy.
had just been making reference to earlier here in the stream some of the parallels between some of the coverage that we did down in Chicago for 2 months this past fall on the ground in that city, as it was ravaged by the Trump administration. That had included near daily coverage from daily 24-hour protests that were happening outside of the Broadview, Illinois ICE detention facility. I turn around and I see some familiar faces here in the crowd here in Minneapolis, and some people who are up here from the Chicago area who came to stand and protest with people here in the Twin Cities area. Can you start name spelling, please?
Hi, I'm Morsa, Morsa.
Morsa, and Morsa was one of those voices that you would have heard repeatedly.
Hi, Mike. How are you, honey?
During the coverage that
Thanks
we
for
offered
watching.
down there in Broadview. Morsa, could I get you to explain why did you come?
Exactly.
All the way up here from the Twin Cities?
A lot of everyone. This is
Chicago to
make
the
it
Twin Cities.
a lot of out of towners. That's what I was noticing even on the last videos. A lot of people were from out of town, and they weren't even from Minnesota. So why is that? Are they paid to be there? They just drive in there just to see what's going on. Let's just hear.
We're here to show.
Let's hear what she's saying.
In Minneapolis, we're here because we lived through this. We want to share knowledge. We want to be able to help out as much as we can.
Yeah, out of
We
towners.
may be from Chicago, but this affects everyone in America. So we're just doing our part, honestly.
All right, and you guys made the journey up here today? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just got in, come out here. I was remarking on how much
I think some of them are. I mean, there's no way, Fran, that you're going to stand in 12 below and you got to work the next morning. There's something ain't right. Something is not right with that. I'm sorry. I mean, I really have to just say this, everyone. And probably people will get mad at me for saying that, but
what you've seen in general.
I think a lot of them. But every time they interview somebody, they're from out of town.
For either people in other cities or here in the Twin Cities about what they're likely to continue to go through here that you saw on the ground in Chicago.
Top collaboration. I mean, we are standing next to a sheriff's vehicle right now. Just the other day, while viewing your stream, over at the entrance there, you had 2 state troopers. I'm standing in Broadview while watching your stream, staring at 2 state troopers in front of the processing facility. I mean, 100%, it's, sanctuary cities and, sanctuary states collaborating with local, state, county PD, those guys collaborating with ICE and protecting ICE's illegal and horrible immigration enforcement. It's just now they've got 10 times the amount of ICE and Border Patrol agents.
Yeah, I want to talk about that sense of scale a little bit. It was just hundreds of agents in Chicago, though it felt like an invasion already with that number. When you heard that it was going to be 3,000 agents in a city that's much smaller than Chicago, a metro area that's much smaller, what were you guys' reactions when you first heard that it was going to be 3,000 agents coming to bear out here?
Well, I mean, they need support. That was the first thing. It's, again, we got a taste of it. Like,
it's called solidarity. It's free. Nobody gets paid. That's right. You're right,
like the new
Linda.
Tactics, like the door-to-door tactics. That was something that was very new because we didn't really experience that at all.
And I'm not saying everybody isn't from out of town, but it seems like the majority of people that they interview are from out of town. But listen, I'm meet me in the middle, so I respect everyone's opinion.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
But you're right.
Yeah, I can maybe one thing that I think is in common between Broadview, Illinois, and Minneapolis here is that ICE or Border Patrol is traveling.
But this is, I mean, everyone, I'm just showing you this because, you know, who knows if ICE will be in your town or anyone, and you're seeing this could really happen in anyone's town, these protesters. So I'm just giving you just a ground, like showing you what's going on down on the ground of this that some people may not see. So that's why I'm showing it to everybody.
Here it's more like they're traveling 45 minutes to
and
go
this is
to a
Snap
small
Talk
town
Live,
with,
everybody, media.
3-digit population. Population might be bigger where we are, but it's kind of a similar commute. And similarly, I think this is the focal point where people will organize, where people are going to meet each other.
Do you think everyone, the communication, here's what I'm thinking, everyone, this is just my opinion about stuff, but do you think the communication between ICE and these protesters, something has to be different? Because right now they have no trust in ICE whatsoever. Do you think there's got to be some kind of communication, better communication with the protesters and ICE, or do you think that that's just not even going to happen because they're so bitter towards ICE? Do you think that that's not even going to be able to happen? But if you heard the other guy earlier, he said that it could happen, and he did talk to 2 agents, and they respected his opinion. Let's see what happens.
Really building up community here in one way in their continued resistance.
I'm just throwing that out there. I was just wondering if it's a communication breakdown between both of them. I was just wondering.
Intra-community community building and organizing, but now intercity organizing here. Do you all have any intentions of trying to get connected into some of the networks here? I'm seeing nods. Like, what are some of the ways that you would, that when you came up here, you're thinking, okay, here's how I want to try and help?
I can speak to that. So when we first started talking about coming up here, we tried to find some connections that were here on the ground. And
I mean, who has gas to be driving all over for this? I mean, come on.
Like a Woodview solidarity check,
but, when you believe in something.
We have a lot of supplies from when we used to have a tent that, aren't helpful right now that we were able to provide. We were able to,
exactly. And a lot of them say that. You're right, Linda. A lot of them say that. A lot of Jan 6 members are ICE members. Now, we don't know that. I mean, I'm not going to say that we know that. I don't know that to be true, and I'm not going to say anything about that. But we have no idea if they are or they aren't. But, some of the protesters had said that. But I think there's got to be build a trust level between ICE and the community. I think the breakdown of communication is really, I think that's what it is. It's a big breakdown of communication.
Effective, and then share knowledge. We are trying to do that as much on a national level as we can. It's going to take a national resistance to get rid of this fascist and evil administration.
One thing I want to be sure to ask all of you about is the federal government has promised to return to Chicago this spring. When you see the scale out here, 3,000 agents, you start to think about what could come to bear in Chicago in the spring. And one thing that I want to let our audience here in
the reason why they're probably going to return in spring is because right now it's so damn cold out there. People just, if you're not from a cold state like that, you can't, I don't give a damn who you are. You can't handle that shit.
More tense it could be on the ground if it were just
exactly.
Outside. The temperatures chill.
The temperatures are insanity. It's freezing.
Sure, but then also the federal government's operations, because who wants to get out of their car when it's, feels like negative 17 degrees outside, and it really makes you
can't
humbled, concerned for what this level of operation will look like come this spring during the thaw.
I think what's going to happen is if they're coming back, I think Minnesota's really got to brace, because it'll be warm out, and right now this is dangerous, even for the ICE agents, even for the protesters, because the withstand this kind of cold and to defend yourself up against something. Listen, it's not. This isn't a safe situation for either people. I'm telling you this right now.
March will have nicer weather. We'll be
It's
back
nicer weather, and right now it's not. Honestly, it's a defense mechanism that it's truly about a defense mechanism, because it's not safe for, if there would be a big brawl breakout, say for instance, up against the ICE agents and the protesters. These protesters are so used to this cold weather, and maybe a lot of those ICE agents maybe wouldn't be. I don't know. It's not a safe situation, I don't think.
Guard troops standing by.
Exactly. They'll be out. You know that. Oh my Lord. That's going to be a mess this summer. I don't know. It would really be a mess. But I think that in safety measures,
Martha, it seemed like you were about to jump in with something. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
Let's try to.
It's like you said, there is that fear. That's why we're here to kind of see what they're dealing with.
Because right now, the cold weather, I mean, man, you hit somebody, I don't give a damn who it is. The cold weather, it's so cold that if somebody would attack someone, either side, they'd be done. It's too damn cold to be out there fighting. Or trying to defend yourself. It's just too damn bitter. 17 below. Try fighting in that. Unless you are a fair cold.
That was said, like, it's
try defending yourself in that. Yeah, definitely.
All the information and everything that's happening is going to grow. Like,
it's going to be.
Status Quo are amazing because they help get this information out, and it's very, very important because it reaches people that it normally wouldn't. So yeah, that's what I just agree with everything.
Thank you all. I appreciate that, and I want to say. What I want to point out there about the answers I got back is I laid out what I thought was a pretty bleak scenario, the possibility of thousands of agents returning to a city that they've already attacked, in this case, Chicago, that I'm talking to these folks about, laying out the possibility for even greater tensions and more violence. And the answers that I get back are one of just, well, we'll do more organizing. We'll come together more as a community. We'll put on another hat if it's cold. Like that resolve that you're seeing here now from people who are up here from another city, but the resolve you're also seeing here in the Twin Cities.
Yeah, definitely.
Even after one of their community members has been killed, something that Chicago also has experience with, is it's just met with resolve. People don't cower inside their homes. Tens of thousands of people have gotten out in the streets here in the Twin Cities. We've brought you those scenes. And that's what you're seeing out here, is just that rising passion from people.
These people are used to that cold weather. Do you see how they're standing out there for hours and hours and hours in 17 below zero temperature? They're used to that. There's no fucking way.
Demonstrate with. Before I let you all go, is there anything anybody else wanted to add while you had the platform?
Keep it up. Keep up the good work, Minneapolis. This is unprecedented. We haven't dealt with these numbers, as you pointed out, and you're doing a good job. Keep doing it.
People in other major towns in Chicago, please take notes of all the escalated tactics we're seeing in Minneapolis. Expect that we will come back to all these cities and do it double, do it even more, and just use as your motivation to not do nothing, to be somebody who goes to a protest, somebody who cares. Please.
Start building your connections now. If ICE immigration enforcement isn't happening in your city, reach out to cities that have experienced it and start building out your toolkits. North Carolina did that really well. Charlotte and Raleigh has Ziembra, Poor People's Campaign, and they reached out often and early to build out their toolkits, and they were able to get Border Patrol out early. So, it's got to happen to all of us, and it's just best that we're prepared and we resist as a country.
Thank you all very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you.
So what do all of you think, everybody, about, ICE literally returning back? I mean, I think I mean, on the safety level of what would happen because it's so cold, that would be a smart move, but I think it's going to be really bad also because, in the summer, you just like John said, there are going to be the college students out, and everyone's going to be losing their mind. I think it is just going to get bad, but at this point it's almost would have to be like that because nobody, I mean, try defending yourself. If a mob of people came up and tried to attack you, try to defending yourself in the freezing bitter cold if you're not used to that. That's rough, man. I'm telling you, that right there. Let's find out what's going on.
We needed it out here, and I was just talking to my cameraman Will here off the side. I said, "Will, how you holding up?" He said, "My feet."
One marathon, run a marathon.
I said to him,
don't have one.
I can't feel my feet at all. I can't feel my toes right now. So I think we are going to draw this stream here to a close. It is very cold.
Yeah.
It was -17.
-17, everybody. You can't be out there like this.
I'm sure the cold makes it feel longer than it really is, but if you...
And see, the thing is, everyone, this is the thing with these protesters. The reason why I think they're out there like that, see, they're used to this kind of weather. They're used to that real bitter cold. And I don't think a lot of ICE agents are used to that. And you can see that by them not particularly coming out and standing like they are, because keeps getting cold and you don't see them standing out there. And so the protesters know that their endurance with the cold is not up to theirs, with standing out in the freezing bitter cold like that. And so I think that's why I guess Trump has the Alaskan troopers on standby, because they can handle that kind of cold weather and withstand it far more than the protesters can, because Alaska gets 40 below zero, and those kind of troops can withstand it. So let's see what they're talking. I don't know what the heck who that is. Okay, so let's get back on the beat here, everybody. Let me try to.
Earned it being out here in the cold. I certainly.
He's
feel like
freezing his ass off, everybody. He can't even handle it.
Us.
He's about ready to die here. Seriously, this dude's getting ready to fall.
16 cents a day. You go to keep us warm.
He wore the wrong jacket. He should have a heavier jacket on than this.
Clavas now from the generous folks out here in Minneapolis, but. Please, that is the best way to support our truly on-the-ground journalism.
He ain't got the right amount of clothes on.
Help be a part of our work. So on behalf of myself, on behalf of Will, our entire Status Quo team, the Midas Touch Network, who does incredible work, especially in the way that they platform our reporting and help support our reporting out here. My thanks to that entire team as well. From outside of the Whipple Federal Building, just outside of Minneapolis, in Minnesota, I'm JT Siskowski for Status Quo. Good night.
Okay, everybody, so Status Quo's up out of there. Let's find out if we got any Status Quo's out of there. Let's find out where we can go. Let's see the YouTube. Let's see what if Mercado has got anything going on. But the thing is, everyone, it's so cold that it's hard for people to be out there on the beat. And I thought Alaska's closer to Minnesota. No, I said with the cold weather, it's Alaska is much colder. It's like 40 below in Alaska at some parts. So that's what I was saying. Let's find out if we can see anything. Hold on one second. And then I will end this for a little bit. Let me see if later on it's 6:55. I mean, let's find out what's happening. Let's see if anybody's live. No, they're not live anyhow. Sorry, there's no more live streams on. Let's see if Novosity's picked anything up that we can find out and see, everyone. So let's see. Hold on a second. Let me try to find out if we got anything else on the beat and see if there's anything else going on here that we can. 6 minutes ago. I think, yeah, that's just old stuff there. Let me see. But I'm just trying to.
Yeah, Joe, and one of the coolest things.
I'm just trying to bring is, the information that, a lot of people might not like I thought that oh, I don't even know what I'm getting ready to say, everybody. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm getting ready to say. Let's see. I'm trying to bring you something closer. Just give me a minute. But I don't know if he has anything. But anyhow, so I thought let's go closer to Minnesota. All right, so everybody, thank you for joining me. I'll stay on the beat. We're going to be doing the art. I do have I brought some art in here, everything in here to look through because we will be back in the van actually tomorrow. We're going to be doing goofy stuff in the van. So, I mean, the goofballism did not let up in the van. I'll be back in the van acting crazy. I'm trying, my knees are still freaking hurting from bending, everyone. I got my night clothes on here, but yes, my knees are getting a break from being all scrunched up in the van. And so a lot of things are even changing. So we're going to be doing, we're going to be back in the van tomorrow, everyone. So stay tuned. I'll be back later on, maybe around 8:30. To say hi, maybe even to tap out a piece of art once I get everything set up. Hell, maybe I'll go out in the van. Who knows? So, for your recovery. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's true. Oh, man. Yeah, but unfortunately, you have to buy stuff, to survive. Thank you, honey. Thank you, Murad. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, honey. It's just my knees were hurting so bad from the van, everybody. You know how cramped up I was in the van making the video? And, I had to get everything organized in here to find, a spot and stuff to tape. So it was just, my knees were hurting. One moment. Let's see if White House was happening here. Okay, one moment, everyone. Let's find out if Nuvacity got something going on here that we can check out here real quick. I don't know what he's pulling up. Let me try to find it before I get going. How old are you? Oh, I'm 57. Oh, I didn't want to make a screenshot of that. Shit. Hold on. Okay, hold on a second, everyone.
Elon hacked you.
Hold on a second.
Never happened before. It changed everything.
The title, well, something happened with his show. He said he might have got hacked. I don't know, everybody, but...
Okay, so good to see everyone, by the way. Hello.
Okay, I don't know what his, I don't know what's going on there, but I'll be back later on, everyone. Maybe we'll tap out some art. My fingers are ready to do art. So, we'll definitely get back into the greatest. Hi, Turkey. How are you doing? I love you too. I have a lot of people from Turkey. Where's everybody from? Don't forget to double tap that screen. Everybody hit the subscribe and the like. This show here is a bunch of different stuff. I mean, I do my tap art. I talk to all of you in the van and with my goofballism. I covered this stuff here with Snap Talk Live. That I created. I mean, I just do different things on here. So each day is never a dull moment on this channel. And and all the descriptions below, you can read the information of what my channel's about in the description below. So it's a little bit about I do a little bit of everything on here, and that's how I like it, everyone. I don't want to keep you as boring. I don't want the channel to be boring. So listen, I mix it up a little bit. We keep switching, going, and that's the beauty of my channel is this is not just your everyday channel. I just mix it up and keep going, right? And when it works, it works, and when it doesn't, it doesn't. But I keep going, and so there's I'm from Twerkville. Oh my gosh, Josh. Okay. Thank you, Joe. But everyone, I just wanted to say this, everybody. Everyone's welcome on this channel. I don't care if you're left or right. Meet me in the middle like I am. I don't watch football, really don't know anything about it. I'm not against football. I just don't know nothing about it. But, I would watch it, but but thank you for asking me if I like watching football. I mean, Oh, gee whiz. What are you talking about? All right, hold on a second, everyone. What's going on with this situation here? Something happened. A grandfather and a U.S. citizen wearing, I guess, underwear? I don't know what. Good love of God. Hold on. Let's find out what's happening with this real quick.
Families that were refugees of Vietnam. And I'm not sure if they were, but they of Asian descent.
I don't know if ICE
raid on Sunday morning on Case Avenue East and
I don't know if
Green Barrier Street. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Let's hear what Rose Ashley says. I don't know what's going on with this. On the east side?
With the detained man identified as his sister-in-law. So his
I don't know if an old man got detained or...
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, Luan, see if I butchered your name.
Let's find out, everybody, what's going on with this.
Chung Lee is a U.S. citizen with no criminal record.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, well, we got to be careful because we don't do the fake news.
Yeah, no, we ain't into this. That's why I like Novosity. He's like my channel. We don't do fake stuff, no. We don't do fake stuff, everybody.
I don't want to be like, okay, I don't want to.
We don't know what's going on with this.
All the ICE agents are lying. We don't want to do that.
We don't know what's...
They're doing their job. They're doing their job. If people are innocent, prove it, then they're innocent. And so far, it's looking like they're going to get sued. It could look like that. He was taken and handcuffed after they broke down the door. They had no valid warrant. That's according to what she's saying. The guns were pointed at the family, and he was handcuffed in front of the 5-year-old who was sleeping on the sofa. And then the 5-year-old woke up crying. Chung Lee was taken outside in the freezing weather, wearing only underwear and Crocs, placed in a USV.
Underwear and Crocs? Give the man time to get his clothes on.
And running his information, did ICE confirm?
What the hell?
What should have been from the start. He is a U.S. citizen with no criminal record. He was dropped back home with no apology and no explanation.
Okay, so everybody, how is this? Okay, wait.
Chung Lee's arrest was captured on video with the number, and it is true. It was captured on video. I have the full video. I didn't get the clips. I didn't want to do that to anybody. I wanted to be very careful here and be thorough on this.
Yeah.
While Chung Lee was not physically injured, he wasn't physically injured. The emotional and psychological harm has been profound. His daughter-in-law, who feared for her child,
watching something about ICE getting some old man or something. I don't. Let's find this. What's going on?
Severe. What?
So we're finding out something we don't know. Hold on, everybody. He's getting information and we're providing it to all of you.
Severe psoriasis, a chronic condition that is significantly worsened by extreme stress.
Thank you,
Since the
Joe.
incident,
Thank you,
his
sweetheart.
health and emotional well-being has declined. And I read this. There's a few articles out on it already. Chung Lee started a GoFundMe. The GoFundMe right below tells you also the whole entire story.
Oh, something that happened.
She wrote down the family history and explains what happened.
All right, everybody.
She cites all this right here. This video. I did not.
If I find that video, I'll show you. I don't know what's going on. I guess some old elderly man got arrested.
I'm not going to sit here and say.
But here he was American citizen. I don't know. That's fine. I know. Who knows what's happening with all this? Everybody, well, stay tuned. Let me find the video. Let me see what's going on. I really don't know. But they said he was released. He was in his underwears and in Crocs. I mean, so here's the thing, everybody. I think what I guess the reason why the protesters are so mad and everything, I think there's got to be a different protocol that ICE does. I think they have to sit people down and make sure everybody gets out their IDs. I think this would eliminate a lot of craziness, because there are people that they could be pulling over that are American citizens and don't get enough time to pull out their ID for whatever reasons, everyone. I'm just saying, I don't know. But I think, when the people are being pulled over, I think, just like police officers, your driver's license and your ID, and then they run you. Because I think there is just this big breakdown of communication. I'm telling you, I don't think they have to go at it in this breakdown way. I think that the community, there's got to be something different. And just like law enforcement pulls you over and you have to hand law enforcement your driver's license, your registration, your insurance, when ICE pulls people over, I don't think the reaction should be, let's run and gun, right? I think it should be on the lines of like a law enforcement, driver's license. I mean, let's see your ID. Everybody shows ID. That way you're eliminating people having to go to the ICE facility that is an American citizen, right? And so I think that's, there's got to be something different with this. Instead of the guns ablazing and then to come to find out a person is American citizen, then you got to drop them back off anyhow. Right. So I think, there's got to be something else. There's got to be something different that ICE can do that is show us your ID. Show us what, show us, because when people show them their ID, and then if somebody can't show them their ID, then they know something is not right. Okay. So if you ask somebody, show us your ID, and they can't do it, then something is not right. But when you don't give nobody a chance to show them your ID, and then, you get them there and then they can show their ID and everything, and then they have to be dropped back off, then I think that's where the breakdown is, right? So I think there's just, gotta be something where people, for American citizens that are being stopped by ICE or whomever as an American citizen or has a green card or a visa or whatever it is to be in this country, I think that you got to give people time to like show us your ID, and then that breaks down all this kind of. I think there's this big breakdown of communication that. I don't know. I just think that's what's happening, because this old man, I guess apparently he was an American citizen and had his information, so they had to drop him off when they ran his information. I guess he wasn't, he was a citizen or was here legal, so they had to take him back home and drop him off. But I think there's definitely has got to be something different. And if somebody can't show you, then listen, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I know I got to fix that like now. But, so I think that's what it is, everyone. It's just, and I wish people wouldn't resist. Absolutely, everyone. I'm not saying anything against ICE. Because there are people that jam, try to resist, and you don't do that. Just as you don't resist local enforcement, the state police, the local police, you don't resist them when they pull you over. So, there's got to be something, different, and people they can't resist. And I think this is a big issue or whatever. But you went off the rail, right? Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Well, everybody, thank you for hanging in there with me. And so I'll be back later on if I get any more live protesting information, anything like that I should jump on here and get on it to show all of you, because it is interesting, everyone, to see what is going on with these protesters and see what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and see what is really out there on our streets of America, whether it's in Minnesota or wherever we can get the coverage from. I will show you what's happening, everyone. I will try, because a lot of people are at home and they do not see this, and they do not know what the protesters are doing or how they're acting or how ICE is acting or how whomever, vice versa. And so it's good, I'm just a little independent media person myself, just for Snap Talk Live, and I'm just trying to get out the information so all of you can see it, because you never know, everyone, when ICE is coming to your state and your town, and this could be a very real situation that can happen in your town. And so I'm just giving you an insight, a bird's eye view of how these protesters are acting and how they shouldn't act, and how people are responding and stuff. Okay, so that's all I'm doing, not trying to cause problems or anything like that, just showing you, real things that are going on. Okay, so I'll see you then. Thank you, Facebook. I'll see you in a little bit, and have a blessed night. Let me take Facebook out, and thank you everyone for watching. But I'm seeing that. I don't think so. Everybody, don't even play. No, thank you. Yeah. You want your green card? Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh my goodness. I love yous, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in a bit. Let's just stay on it, and furthermore, in ending this, everyone, ending this broad, this live, I just want everybody to know that, I'm all about peace, love, and compassion. I don't dislike anyone. I'm a peace, love, and compassion person. If something's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. And so I don't go on any sides. I'm just a neutral person. And so I just wanted to say that. And everybody's opinion, everyone's welcome, whether you're MAGA, whether you're, what have you, lib, this, that. I mean, I'm a neutral person. So I respect everybody's opinion. I really do. And so, I think we all have a right to protest without being hurt. I think no matter, who we are, what we are, I think everybody within a respectable manner, everybody, not going into churches, not doing anything like that. If you're protesting and having in that group, you don't do that kind of crazy stuff, And thank you, honey, Joe. We love you. Thank you. So thank you, everybody. And thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes. Thank you so much, because the likes drive, the algorithms up, everybody. So please, please, please hit the like from this girl, please, and stay up on it. And I'll see you then, okay? Thank you. Bye.